I was the anti-developer guy, and I think they assumed that meant anti-real estate guy. And I think what we both found out of this is we're both interested actually in the same things. You sell good schools and accessibility. The things that are most important to me and the things that have driven me on the council is trying to protect schools from overcrowding and trying to have accessibility and make sure people can move around the county. It is not sufficient to say that congestion and overcrowded schools are a sign of success. In my view, those are problems, and those are solvable problems. So the fact that we don't deal with the problems that come with our success is a sign of our failure to deal with the kind of things that I think we have a responsibility to deal with. So yes, there are solutions to transportation. We need the courage to implement them. There are solutions to building schools. We need to take the responsibility and make sure the school system has the facilities and the teachers and the resources that they need. And my pledge is that I'll continue to work as a county executive to make sure that we put in transportation and we protect our schools and we give the schools the resources they need. I'd like to see us get to the point that I was at a meeting when I was listening to Prince George's County Community College talking about something very interesting. They wanted to build a high school in Prince George's County for 3,500 kids where they would get a dual degree. And the reason they wanted a dual degree was these kids would leave high school with a high school degree and a certificate. We do this on a tiny scale in Montgomery County. And Prince George's County is saying, we've got all these people who need to get work and need to be able to find a place in the community. They're not going to four-year colleges, and everybody doesn't need to go to the four-year colleges. So how do we turn high school into a different kind of experience? How do we send people out of high school into the workforce, not lost because they're not going to college? And I think those are the kind of things that we can do. We need to look really seriously at how we put our government together. Under Duncan's time, we greatly expanded the county government. It was a good thing to try to do the things we tried to do, but we didn't always think about how we do them in a very thorough way. And I think we need to go back and ask ourselves, how do we put this thing together? How do we put it together in a better way? My goal is not to cut taxes by getting rid of people. My goal is to take people and take resources and pivot them to the things that we can't do today. You know, we haven't talked about childcare in here. This is a problem whether you're at the low income end of the spectrum or if you're middle class and trying to figure out how do you pay $20,000 a year to get a kid into childcare, because that affects your ability to go into the workforce. We need to tackle that. That's not something we're going to tackle, I don't believe, unless we're serious about the resources we have and can we be better stewards of those resources. Now, I'll ask you one thing. People say to me all the time, one thing about you is you tell me something, I believe you. Believe me, I will fix this.